What's up guys, today we're going to review the HeyBike Ranger S folding step-through fat tire electric bike with a claimed range of 55 miles and a top speed of 28 miles per hour. We'll see how the bike actually performs when I get out there and ride it the way I do. But before we do that, we got box number 1. Box number 2, manual, tools, folding pedals, the charger, the big charger, 4 amp charger, which is significantly bigger than most chargers, means you'll charge your bike faster. How long will it take? Well, that depends on the size of the battery. Battery is 15 amp hour, 48 volt, 720 watt hours of energy. So what you do is you take 15 divided by 4 amp charger. So it'll take about 3.75 hours if you ran this thing down to 0 and charged it to max. So quite a bit faster than your typical bike. Usually we see like a 2 amp, maybe 3 amp charger max. And if you want to get crazy, this one says you can actually charge it up to 5 amps. So this one is gray, but the bike does come in a variety of different colors. You can check the link below to see what colors it comes in. It comes with a rack mounted on the rear. It's got mag wheels, Shimano tourney derailleur with a derailleur guard installed to protect it in case you knock it over. Get the sticker off here. Up here is where we're going to put on the handlebars. Screen, RSX hydraulic brakes. Levers seem decent. Ergonomic faux leather grips. We'll take a look at the controls in a moment. Thumb throttle is on the right. Set those right there. And here's what the seat looks like. It's got a quick release lever. And front suspension. You can dial it in with adjustments that have clicks. Mounting points up front for a rack or something. Comes with a HeyBike branded headlight. And the fenders are plastic. Despite the brake rotor not being labeled, that's a 180 millimeter rotor if I've ever seen one. Mag wheels, as I mentioned before, a little bit less maintenance, a little more weight, 4-inch wide tires, knobby tread, 20 inches tall, with the hippo skin. Pretty standard stuff. The axle for the front wheel does not have a quick release. A little bit unusual to see a 14 millimeter bolt up front. Makes no difference. They're almost always 15. Same size they usually use for pedals. Check it out, the pedals fold like this. Hopefully nothing goes wrong. Hydraulic brakes. Canon, upload this footage to YouTube right now. And just in case you haven't seen how one of these folding bikes work, just move that latch. Makes the whole thing break free. And you can kind of fold the whole thing in half. Just like that. And the handlebars have a lever. They fold down too. So the whole thing folds up like that. Takes up about this much room. And these fat tire ones tend to have a little bit of weight to them. But it's always lighter to pick it up if you take the battery out first. Handlebars go right up like this. It's got RSX hydraulic calipers. And the fork actually looks decent. They say it's an oil fork. I'm having too much fun with the bubble wrap. I'm basically a kid. Let's pop the battery on. Check it out. Here's what a 6'5" dude looks like on this bike. Seat on minimum. It's like a medium-sized bike. These handlebars will come up. They're on the lowest setting. Throw the seat on max. Step-through frame definitely makes it nice and easy to get on. Here's what I look like on this bike. Handlebars can raise a little bit. They'll be limited by the cord, although any higher than that might be kind of awkward. So it can fit a tall dude. It's got 7 speeds on the Shimano shifter. Let's power this thing up. Turn on you. So let's power this thing up. Let's power this thing up. Don't forget to turn your battery on before you put it in. Oh my goodness. This thing's got turn signals. Flip that switch. Dang. And the back too. Wow. HeyBike light. So this bike does have an app. We'll try it out later. Turn it on now. There we go. This will turn on your backlight display. So here's the menus. It shows you the battery voltage, 54 volts, pretty much fully charged. Indicated by a bar up there as well. Typical 5 levels of pedal assist. Then it gives you your distance, odometer, watts, power output of the motor in watts. So all the good stuff really. And over on the right you get a high beam and a low beam. Oh, cool. So the low beam just shows like HeyBike. Oh, that's the horn. And then high beam just, turns on the actual light. It's not right with their signals on. And then the horn. Oh, what's this? Auto. Must be cruise control. That's my guess. And check it out on the back too. Get this protective cover off. You definitely have a HeyBike. and everybody's gonna know it too. Is it a brake light? Of course it's a brake light. I mean, it's got turn signals, dude. And you can turn the lights on and it still works as a brake light when it's on. What do you guys think about the turn signals on this thing? Is that like a useful feature? Looks kind of cool. Here's how bright the headlight is. Pretty typical, decent. There's no indicator that the signal is on the dashboard, and it doesn't make like a sound like in a car. You can kind of just barely see it here from the front though. I guess my concern would be accidentally leaving them on, sending a false signal. I mean, not that people probably would even pay attention anyway. I don't know. As I mentioned, it does have an app. Add bike, must be this one. Connect up, add Ranger, confirm. All right, so it shows your battery and you can do stuff like turn it off and on. I hear it making a noise. So this app actually has some of the most useful features I've ever actually seen in an app for a bike. So you can change your top speed. It's set to 39 miles an hour. We will not be hitting that on this bike. But the cool part is down here, you can change your pedal assist speed limiters. So it has 5 levels of pedal assist, and you can actually move individually what you want each of those to take you up to. So some of my complaints on some of these cadence sensor bikes, like this is a cadence sensor bike, is sometimes they just don't really kind of let you hit the speeds you want to. And it makes it really hard to like go a particular speed. A lot of times, you know, like level 1 will take you all the way up to like 15. This one's set to 7.8, but we could like move that to like there. I probably shouldn't mess with the defaults before we get out there. And then you can change like the pedal assist sensitivity. So it's on low right now, but you can bump it to really high sensitivity. So decent stuff, really. Change it to kilometers. If 5 levels is too many to tinker with, you could do just 3. Looks like you might be able to change rider profiles as well. And there's some more stuff in there as well. All right, dudes, let's take the HeyBike Ranger out for a ride. Per usual, we'll start the Strava to see our official distance. Starting out on a full charge, 53.6 volts. That's full on a 48 volt system. One quick observation about this bike, it does have automatic headlights that'll turn on and off. When it gets dark, they just kind of turn on automatically. It's a feature that you can disable in the menu. And we're gonna run it up the 20% hill grade. I still weigh 200 pounds. Thumb throttle only on maximum pedal assist. Ready, go. See what kind of torque it has. So not like a super strong level of torque on this particular model without pedaling. Now this hill is steeper than what they recommend, but doing a little bit of a rollout, whoa, almost got my head chopped off. A little bit of rollout, can almost do it with no pedaling, but if you give it a little bit of pedaling and help it out, rolling up this hill, pedal assist 5, putting in some of my own effort, medium amount, we're making it up to 20% grade. It's a steep hill. So 750 watt motor. One of the first things I'm noticing about this bike is the handlebars are very narrow. Thumb throttle gives you that immediate response. Feels like a fairly nimble bike. Does not have full suspension, but it does have front suspension. Short 20-inch wheels make it feel a little more nimble than like taller 26-inch wheels. Feel comfortable just whipping around here between the people and stuff. So it's got a 14.4 amp hour, 48 volt battery. We'll see how it does. Hello, doggy. So we'll check out the app and the acceleration and stuff and the pedal assist modes in a moment, but out of the box, holding the throttle down, let's see what it'll let us do without changing anything in the app. A little bit of a headwind. It looks like it's cutting us off right around 21. Thumb throttle is on the right, which allows you to use your left hand to signal or hold a GPS in your left hand. GPS says 22, this says 22. Speedometer is basically accurate. This has RSX hydraulic disc brakes. Back one feels great. Looks like the top speed is set to 28, so throttle will cut you off at about 20 as a class 2 e-bike should. So once we start pedaling it in a moment, yeah, we're gonna need to pedal it. I'm gonna shift it up to gear 7, pedal assist 5, try the lower stuff in a moment. Join the traffic. So on pedal assist 5, see what it'll let us do. Kind of start to run out of gear at about 26. My legs are really moving, man. But it will bring us up to about 28, just over 28 according to the onboard speedometer. Cut across the taxi here. Get on over to turning lane. Power delivery is fairly gentle. I feel like there might be a lag on the cadence sensor. We'll check it out in a moment. So there is a pedal assist sensitivity setting. It's on low right now. We'll try it on high in a few. Oh, there's a throttle speed limiter. When on, the throttle speed will be limited to the maximum speed in the current pedal assist level. Oh, cool. We'll do an official acceleration test here in a few. I can tell, you know, it delivers the power fairly gentle compared to some bikes I review. We do get a watt meter here, so I can see it's giving me 950 watts of power. All right, dudes, quick little 0 to 20 acceleration test. I weigh 200 pounds, throttle only, pedal assist 5, ready, go. Eases on that power. 800 watts, 900 watts, 10 miles an hour. 15, 17, 18, 19, 20. So pretty solid acceleration. You know, not thrilling, but that's really not what this bike's meant to be, right? Can I hop? A little bit. The seat is fine. I kind of wish it was flat. I don't necessarily appreciate the two little dimples poking up to press on my butt cheeks, but they're there and it's fine. I can tell already it's gonna be another wild day at the beach, man. It's always wild here on Sundays. Let's go ahead and try some of the pedal assist settings and that sort of stuff. So pedal assist 1 on stock settings out of the box, we're on gear 7. That will help us up to about 6-7 miles an hour as indicated in the app. So you can change these pedal assist settings in the app. Pedal assist 2 gives you a little ramp up in power. So cadence sensor cuts you off at 14 and then bumping it on to pedal assist 3. That'll give you all the power, pushing us max power up to basically 19, which is pretty quick, really. We'll check the pedal assist lag here in just a moment. Pedal assist 3 will bring us on up to, so pedal assist 4 will bring us up to about 22, and then pedal assist 5, we already saw the max speed of the bike is right around 28. Little lag on that sensor, I stopped pedaling. We'll check the sensitivity settings in a sec. So I'm not pedaling, power ramps on. Not pedaling, power begins to ramp on. So it gives you a nice little ramp up in power, but it gets up to max power output pretty quickly. Overall, pretty nice riding bike. It doesn't feel like jerky and stuff. Some of these cadence sensor bikes can feel like really jerky. That was not legal. That girl just kicked that ball. Is this like a different kind of volleyball? Now typically these 4-inch wide tires can ride on the sand. The 20-inch tall tires don't really handle quite as well as taller 26-inch tires. So if you want to do a lot of like off-road riding, like in the sand or something, taller tires are better. Let's see how this will do riding right here. Not like the most powerful motor, like it can't do this. Uphill in the sand is a pretty difficult thing to do. We'll see if it can handle the sand on flat ground in a few. So as I mentioned, no rear suspension, so it's a little bit harsh riding here, but it does have front suspension, and the front suspension is actually decent. It does have adjustments. Can't really reach them so easily while you're on the bike, which is fine. I'm just letting you know because we're out here reviewing bikes. It's a wild day out here in West LA. That is not how you play that game. So as I mentioned, you can change the pedal assist settings. We're gonna flip it on up to 4 and see how that feels. Let's just go ahead and give it a try here and see if that changed anything. I honestly can't really tell. Wait a second. Somebody claims to be Banksy here. Is that accurate? Yeah, I really can't tell a difference in the pedal assist sensitivity setting just quite yet. So pretty much any bike that doesn't have rear suspension is gonna feel pretty harsh off-road and on the boardwalk like this. Let's see how it can handle riding in the sand. Oh, the gear's down, full blast. Oh man, this one is not the torquiest bike. I'm like full throttle and pedaling, and it's really struggling. We can kind of do it. All right, now the sand's getting a little bit more hard packs. We can kind of get through a little better. Woo, waves are coming up, man. Still full throttle, it's giving me 700 watts. It's not the strongest torque bike, but once you get down here, I'm gonna get splashed maybe. The 20-inch wheels are not quite as stable as taller 26-inch wheels. HeyBike does make models with taller wheels. Really just gonna kind of come down to what kind of bike you're looking for. So as we saw, you know, on the 20% grade, I'm pretty much feeling the same effects of like the lower amount of torque out here, but I've been like wide open on the thumb throttle the whole time I've been out here, so the controller's not overheating or anything. All right, we got a little momentum here. Just barely made it back to safety. Motor's still pulling though, straight to 900 watts. So even after that 1 or 2 minutes of abuse, this thing will still keep giving me a lot of power. Free food. Nice. Let's go do some more hill tests. These brakes feel nice, man. I've never used RSX. They feel good. The levers feel nice too. Despite the lack of torque, this bike will it'll let you hold high speeds for a while. This thing can just cruise at 20 all day. I mean, it's putting out about 600 watts of power, and it's a 750 watt continuous output motor, so it could do this indefinitely. It's really all the faster you need to go. Let's give this hill a test. Drop down a few gears. We'll leave it in pedal assist 5. Give it a little bit of pedaling. Actually, we'll just do throttle. It's slowing down, 6 miles an hour, 5 miles an hour. It starts to cut back on the power as you go slower, so it doesn't want to give you like all the power when it's going slow. But I can do hills as long as you help it pedaling. Not a particularly steep hill, but not, you know, flat either. We're gonna go run it up one more hill. So right now, battery voltage is reading 49.2. It's showing a full battery bar. So right away we can see that's not accurate. We are 8 miles into this ride, 43 minutes of ride time. Average speed of almost 12 miles an hour. So I've been whipping this thing basically. I've been going fast, running it hard. According to an actual voltage chart for a 48 volt battery, 49.5 volts is 68% battery. So even though the voltage bar is not correct, it does give you the voltage readout. Helps to give you the most accurate understanding of where your battery is. Once you begin to understand that, it's not difficult. Just look up a little chart like this and you'll get it. Basically 48 volts is like the halfway point. So empty is 42 volts on a 48 volt battery. Actually, you know what? When I'm giving it throttle now, under load, it shows it's like half battery bar. So you just can't trust it when it's at resting and you're not giving it throttle. It'll go back to full battery. You know what time it is. We're gonna run the HeyBike Ranger S up the California incline. In the case you are new here, that is an 85-foot climb and it's a 12% grade. Basically a long gradual incline. Starts out with a relatively steep loop-de-loop here. We'll give it full throttle if I can balance it, not crash into these folks. So I'm not pedaling it, and it's going up under throttle only, but you know, it feels like it wants some help. I'm gonna give it a little bit of help because we're really slowing down here. Gear 1 and gear 2 are a little misaligned out of the box. I just need to rotate a little dial there to change that. And starting at the bottom of the California incline, giving it full throttle, 600 watts, 700 watts. So it kind of ramps on the power like as you go faster, then it allows you to have more power. Now we're at 900 watts, hitting 11 miles an hour, 12 miles an hour. Still pulling up this hill, 15 miles an hour, 16 miles an hour, 900 watts of power. And this bike is not gonna get us any faster than 16. It's kind of slowing down a little bit here at the top. So that's how this performs on a long, gradual incline that brought us from down there up to here. So the brakes feel good. We'll go give them an official test. How fast can it go on a downhill? A little headwind, legs are turning really fast. Yeah, it stops helping us right at about 28. Wouldn't want to ride this thing any faster than 28. Brakes are, yeah, they're bitey. Now is not a good place to put them to the test. Skrrr. I'm just messing with you guys. If you enjoy these reviews, give me a thumbs up, drop a comment. Hey, and if you're gonna purchase a bike and you want to support my reviews, buy it through a link in the description box. I'd appreciate your support, but of course do not feel obligated to buy a bike. This dude's looking for some treasure. All right, so now we'll do a brake test from 20. I'm just gonna kind of pull on the brake levers here. Yep, these brakes are excellent. That's all you need to know, they're excellent. I've never tried the RSX brakes, but they are running the big 180 millimeter rotors. They're hydraulic, levers feel nice. You'll be happy. Brake test from 20. Skirt. Oh yeah, front tire will lock up on you. So I mean, yeah, you can see. Just don't pull them too hard. You'll be good. You got plenty of stopping power and they are hydraulic, so it's very linear application of that power. Brake power, that is. All right, guys, final thoughts on the HeyBike Ranger S. I'll leave you at the final range here in just a moment. Right now, we're at 10.5 miles, an hour of ride time. Things that I like about this bike, the 4-amp charger helps you charge this thing up considerably quicker than most e-bikes on the market. Most e-bikes I see, the maximum charger I see is like 3 amps, so 4 is considerably stronger. I like that this is a relatively aesthetic looking step-through folding fat tire e-bike. Does come in 4 different color options. I think the gray looks good. It'll be low on maintenance with these mag wheels. You won't have to worry about any spokes breaking. The step-through frame makes it super easy to get on, and I think it can fit a wide variety of heights of individuals. The acceleration and hill climbing is not particularly thrilling, but it does make for, you know, decent commuting and leisurely riding. It'll get you up some hills if you help it pedal, but it's not a particularly strong hill climber. I've definitely seen stronger hub drive hill climbing e-bikes. The battery pack is a very middle of the road battery pack. It's not small, but it's not large. They claim you can get 55 miles of range. We'll see what we end up doing. I have not been pedaling this bike like at all. I've just been relying on that thumb throttle, which is very tempting to do. At the price this bike is listed, I don't think it's a bad price. You can check the link in the description box below this video, see if I have any sort of discount for you. And if you do want to grab one, if you do buy through that link below, it would help support my reviews here on HeyBike TV. And of course, I would greatly appreciate your support. So let's go see what the final range is. I've spotted the bike thief. Here he is today. Oh, look at that.
Venice Beach already!
Dude's getting wild over here. Killing it. Whoa, look at this bike. I like the bike, man. Thank you. All right, dudes, just making it back in the neighborhood. We are at 43.8 volts, down to pretty much one bar. And we did 18.5 miles of riding. I did not really pedal this thing at all. Not today. According to the chart, 44.2 volts, which is what it's reading after a moment of recovery. It's 20% remaining. So of course, you could get a lot more range out of this thing if you actually pedal it. But that's my results as a 200-pound dude, just mashing the throttle all day, riding in the sand and everything else. Overall, it's a pretty good bike. If you want to grab one, click the link below in the description box. But if this is not the bike for you, you can watch this video next. Thanks for watching, guys. Give me a thumbs up, drop a comment, catch you next time.